Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Football Bets for You podcast, episode number 12 of season 4. I am joined this week. Oh my God, Paddy's dead. Paddy is dead.
Which is that easy?
No, it's Halloween. I'm only joking, everyone. Don't get afraid.
I'm joined this week by Connor.
What's the story about?
And Paddy. Paddy, you're looking
Hi,
very...
I like to see the effort you all put in for Halloween.
I'm actually fucking dressed up as John Terry. Captain's armband is on. So.
I'm dressed up as the fucker right in the pussy guy.
Class. Right, lads. What a fucking weekend of football. I mean, we've got the perfect combination. We've a Liverpool fan and we've got a United fan on, so I'm happy. Chelsea won 7-0 without any strikers.
Where's the Norwich fan? Where's the equality? Where's the Norwich fan?
Oh, he's for Norwich now.
He's under the table. Oh, no, on the table. Didn't really work there. Lads, we're going to be looking at
He's under the table?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at and going.
Was that his forfeit for losing 7-0, was it?
Serious fail, that one. It's not that type of podcast, I swear. Although we might be next week, who knows? Yeah, we're looking at
Typical
the
John
weekend
Terry.
fixtures, lads. I know, hey. Lads, we're looking at the fixtures for the weekend. We are looking at the fashion show. It's back, baby. Oh, yeah.
It's the scariest part of the fucking podcast this week.
Do we know who we're looking at? Connor, do you know?
Oh, I don't know.
Keep
it surprise.
Sorry, jumped out and told you. So we have Leeds' 3 kits, which I don't know. I'd say they're probably
again? Fucking
yeah.
hell.
Everyone has 3, buddy.
Does everyone have 3 now?
Yeah. They've all been released now.
Oh.
So so we have the fashion show. Then we have I have a couple of bets done up anyway. I have a free bet to give out on the fantasy football as well, so I'll have to look at that. So lads, we're going to jump into the first thing, which is the
You're getting better at those, Cully. I'm not going to lie.
No, it's cool. What a transition.
What if somebody can't read? They don't know what section this is now, because you just said we're going into the... And then
Well, I was just about to tell them, and then Connor jumped in with a magnificent compliment for me, so I didn't want to interrupt that. But we are in the prediction section, lads, which where we will be predicting all the predictions for the weekend.
the predictions. I think I'm going to predict 2-0 tomorrow.
Right, lads, the first game, 12:30 on Saturday, Leicester and Arsenal. Actually, not a bad one to start off. 29-20 for Leicester, 5-2 for the draw, and 7-4 for Arsenal. Lads, how do we see this one going? Arsenal, obviously, I suppose, hitting form a little bit of a dip 2 weeks ago, but got a good 3-1 win against Villa. Leicester, good win against Brentford, but weren't really that impressive up until now. Connor, what do you make of this one? How do you think this one's going to go? And do you see a few goals being scored in this one?
Just going off of Arsenal's previous form, they don't really do things without scoring a lot of goals. They've had one, I think it was 1-0 win all season, 2 of them. But either that they're conceding loads or they're scoring loads, and Leicester have taken a similar form. Arsenal, after obviously one of the worst starts in their history, beaten by Chelsea, beaten by City, have come back into it and beaten in 6 now. And I agree with what you said around Leicester against Brentford last week. It's a good win against a hard to beat side in Brentford. But I don't think they have enough to stop Arsenal. The way they played midweek, I know it was a weakened side, and Leeds put out a weakened side as well. But some even the younger players, Emlyn Smith-Rowe, has stepped up over the last couple of weeks, really fighting for a first 11 spot. So I'm going to back Arsenal in this, and I'm going to say 3-1 Arsenal, and I'm going to go with Smith-Rowe to score.
Nice one. Paddy, before we jump on to you, sorry, just a quick comment in there. Shane Kavanagh. Connor is so whipped, he's been moved to the bedroom. Oh, he's been moved. Before we move on,
he's not arguing. He's going.
Yeah, he's
going mental.
He's a great friend.
He's going mental.
Lads, I'm having 2 beers tonight.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
The Crafty Brewing Company, both of them are. So I've got an Irish craft lager. a dapper coloured lager, lay hopped for crisp character. And then we've got Belgian
Crisps
style
character? What kind of crisps?
character. Jeez, no. Belgian style saison. Is that how you say that?
Satsu.
SAO. Satsum, okay. Whatever. A refreshing Belgian style Satsum with a light fruity aroma and dry finish. Lads, which one will I go with first?
You strike me more as the fruity aroma.
Fashion show, because that sounds like it should be drank during the fashion show.
Fruity aroma one, so I don't know, Paddy's just abused me, so I'm just going to ignore that. So, Paddy, sorry, on to you for the Leicester and Arsenal game. So, what do you think is going to happen? Sorry, I will be scoring these out of 10 as well.
Yeah, it'll be a good game. I would think probably one of the games of the weekend. Both teams hitting a bit of form. Leicester, good results in the last couple of games. Arsenal, great result against Arsenal or against Aston Villa at home.
Against themselves.
Yeah. I tell you, I both in form, but I think it could be a draw, but a high scoring draw. So I'm going to go for maybe 2-2, and Aubameyang to score first.
Okay. I have gone with a Arsenal win, lads. I've gone 2-1 to Arsenal. And I've gone with a Smith Rowe goal. 9-5 Arsenal are, and what I've got them out of 7-4 on the screen, but I've got them at 9-5 on Sky Bet now. So I couldn't say no to that price. I was happy with that price. So I am going with them to win 2-1. Lads, we'll move on to the next one, which is 3 o'clock Burnley and Brentford. 17-10 for Burnley, 9-4 for the draw, 13-8 for Brentford. Lads, just give us a quick score prediction on these and we'll move on. Connor.
Good price for Brentford, I think, in this one. Brighton only to draw, or Burnley, sorry, are only to draw merchants this year, whenever they kind of get points. So I'm going to back Brentford. I'm going to say 2-0, and I'm going to go with Ivan Toney.
Okay, Paddy?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Ivan Toney to score first as well, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Okay, lads, I actually don't see there being any action in this game at all. I'm actually going with a 0-0. I rarely do it.
It's 5-3.
Yeah, exactly. That's 100% what's going to happen. But I don't see anything happening. There won't be any yellow cards. There won't be any free kicks. It's going to be a 7-0 thriller. No, I'm going to say 0-0. I don't think anybody's going to score. Brentford are kind of set up well, and Burnley aren't good enough to break them down, but can be set up well sometimes. So that's why I'm going with a 0-0 draw. On to the next one, lads. Liverpool 2-9, 21-4 for the draw, and 11-1 for Brighton. Lads, do we address the elephant in the room here, and do we talk about Liverpool spanking United now, or do we wait until?
No, that's a United thing. Wait, let's hold off on that.
Right, you can hold off to the United game, or else you can hold off to like the question section. The question section's coming up before it, so yeah, right. We'll move on. So we'll just talk about this game. Paddy, we'll come to you first because I know your love of Liverpool probably can't wait to just talk about them. So, talk to me about this game. How do you see this one going?
Not on a great run of form at the moment, Liverpool. I think I have nightmares about them every night. I think, they're going to absolutely smash Brighton. Smash them. They're on unbelievable form. They're playing amazing. Well, the scorpion kick, was it last night?
Yeah, really.
Some goal. What a nice goal. What was on
Milner
put up on his Twitter? Is the yoga's paying off? So, I can only see a Liverpool 3-0, and I'm going to go for Salah to score first.
Okay. Connor, what do you reckon?
Yeah, you would have looked and said like maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago would have been a little bit closer with how Brighton started, but no wins in 4. Very disappointing against City last week. I thought they would not beat City, but
tight game.
Take them into the last 15, 10 minutes and City had to produce a bit of magic to get past them, but they were so comfortable in the end. Liverpool 10 goals in the last 2 games, 2 clean sheets. Obviously one was against Watford, but you factor in United into one of those games as well. It's not a bad return. Yeah. So I'm gonna back Liverpool in it. I'm gonna say 3-0, and I'm going to say Salah. Because every week now. Yeah,
it's ridiculous. He scored in 10 games in a row now at this stage. Lads, can't look past Liverpool. I think they're gonna fucking spank them again. I actually said it last week on the predictions that I think Brighton will take them City pretty close, and I don't think it'll be a a spanking for them or anything like that. I think it'll be like 2-1. I think I said they'd score on like the 80th minute.
That sounds a bit right. You said something and
happened.
And
something happened. Yeah. So I see. Well, I'm hoping I get this one completely wrong. Liverpool are going to absolutely smash Brighton 6-0. I reckon it's going to be, and I reckon that like Salah will score no goals because I'm going to put him as captain and me fancy football, and Mane is going to score a bicycle kick. So that's what's going to happen. But no, I'm gonna go 4-0 to Liverpool, and I'm gonna say Salah to score because I can't see. I can see other people scoring, but I just can't see him not scoring. Is what I'm trying to say. Right, lads, we'll move on. We're flying at the moment, so we can get this one under an hour. 3:00 on Saturday. Man City 1-7. The draw is 7-1, and Crystal Palace 16-1. Connor, how do you see this one going?
Palace 4 draws in their last 4 games. Patrick Vieira doesn't lose many, but he fucking wins even less. I'm gonna go the same way you said for City Brighton last week, and I'm gonna say Palace might run them close. City may be shaky after West Ham put them out of the cup yesterday. First time beating in that competition in what was it, like 4 years? 5 years?
5 years, yeah. 5 years in a day.
I think it was 1,174 days. Could be completely wrong. That could be a random.
It sounds very made up, but it sounds good, so I'll go with it.
Gonna check it, like.
So I reckon Palace to run them the distance, but City to beat them. So I'm gonna say 2-1 City, and I'm gonna go with City's always a hard one because like Madcun's play every week, like just fucking Cole Palmer starting now with fucking at the weekend, or who knows what's gonna happen. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Bernardo Silva playing well this year. He's played most of the game, so Silva to score and 2-1.
Brought him into me fancy football there last week. Didn't do anything. Oh no, you got an assist. Paddy, what do you think?
City 4-0. Foden to score first. I think City will be out now to fucking avenge their loss last night against the mighty West Ham.
How is their? I don't have the league in front of me. How is their goal difference looking? I don't think they're miles off, Eddie. They're 1-2.
City, no, she says they've been scoring for fun as well, haven't they?
I'm just thinking if like they're going to start trying to spank teams. If that
City have a 16 goal difference. Yeah. Liverpool 21, Chelsea 20.
20, yeah. So they like City are going to have to start like kind of trying to close that. I know it's only 4 goals, but like they will. That might factor in at some stage. Like so, they're going to have to start spanking teams. So this is probably one of the games that I think they're going to do it. I'm going to say 3-0. Is that a spanking? It is a spanking, isn't it?
It's a good win.
It's a good win. Okay, we'll call it a good win. Maybe not a spanking. Maybe you keep your trousers up for that one and you're hit through the trousers or something. But yeah, I'm gonna go 3-0.
Right.
Okay, John.
Yeah. Get out from under the fucking table. Fuck's sake. So I'm going with a 3-0 win, and I'm gonna say. See, I don't think he'll start. Of course, I did say Phil Foden hasn't been that impressive last week, and then he goes and scores.
He was very impressive.
And he was very impressive. I'm going to say Mahrez to score. But I don't know if he's going to start. So, I don't know if I get that right. I'm a fucking legend. Right, lads, we're moving on. Game of the week. Newcastle and Chelsea, 8-1 for Newcastle, 4-1 for the draw, and 1-3 for Chelsea. Lads, they're taking their fucking time getting a new manager in, aren't they? I know they have fucking Graham Jones there, but Mellon's always been a shit manager.
I was gonna say he hasn't got time to train with his new missus.
Yeah. So, lads, what score do we see this? This one being obviously Chelsea spanked fucking Norwich 7-0 without any strikers. Paddy, we were talking about like maybe like not having a striker may affect them and they may not fucking win too much, but we were severely wrong. How do you see this one going?
I wonder, would this give Tuchel something to think about in the sense of would they have scored as many in the usual way they play? Has he just found a new system that seems to have unlocked Norwich severely and maybe give it a bash now against Newcastle? When it keeps working, then Lukaku, you're back out the door. Back off to Italy.
God, no.
No, back down to Greg's. He's I can't look beyond a Chelsea win. Obviously, it's going to be, I'd say, I'll give Newcastle a goal. So I'll say 3-1 to Chelsea. And Who will I go first? Go Mason Mount.
Okay. Connor, what do you think?
I reckon Thomas Tuchel has wet dreams about playing a formation without a striker. I reckon that's like his thing. Is like, oh, like no one up there. Like this is fucking great. But I don't think it was much of a key to unlock Norwich, as Norwich are just like one of the worst sides to ever grace the Premiership. For the way they're going at the moment,
they're absolutely shocking.
But the same again, you can't expect setting up without a striker. Newcastle aren't exactly going to break teams down on the best of days, never mind like a solid Chelsea team they have been all season. So yeah, I'm gonna back Chelsea. I'm gonna say 2-0, purely because I think the fans are still gonna be there for Newcastle after the takeover. They're all gonna be dressed up in their chic outfits.
Yeah. 100%.
And yeah, 2-0, and I'm gonna go with Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Good show. Yeah, I think it'll be a tight game, lads. I don't think this is going to be a walkover. 1-3 is a little bit short on Chelsea. I think it's going to be probably a 2-1 win for Chelsea, but I definitely don't think it's going to be comfortable. I think if we are leading, we'll probably for the last 10 minutes, if we're leading before the 80th minute, we'll be under a lot of pressure and just have to soak up a lot of chances. So Mendy has been on fucking flying form. So Connor, as a GK yourself, like, have you been seeing much of Mendy? Like, what do you think of him? Like, I'm not just saying this. He's probably one of the best keepers in the world at the moment. Like, with some of the stuff he's doing. Like,
he's played well, and he has stepped up, and that's what Chelsea have missed since Petr Cech. Really, is someone to go be quiet for 80 minutes and then do what he did against Brentford and to have a worldie in the last 15 minutes. You know, that's what he gets paid the big bucks for, and the rest of them didn't do it for Chelsea, but he is doing that at the moment anyway. I think 1-3 for Chelsea isn't a bad price, seeing how it's first against second last. You know, it's a big old gap between them. What is that?
I just think it's a new buzz around the stadium and around the Newcastle fucking team. Like,
well, there was for 25 minutes until they went 2-1 down against Spurs, and then no one cared again. But no, I don't think it's going to be a blowout anyway.
Yeah. I think you forgot the question I asked you because I was talking about Mendy. So
what did you say? He said, is he playing well? Do you like? And he is.
All right. I wanted to hear the word class come out of your mouth, right? That's what I wanted to hear, that dirty little mouth say that.
I still have Alisson ahead of him.
Well, look, he hasn't been doing it for as long as Alisson. Alisson kind of had 2 or 3 solid seasons now at this stage, hasn't he? Like, so I don't know.
Apart from when he got ropey. He got ropey last year, but then he scored an absolute worldie of a header, Paddy. So everything.
Everyone just fucking and totally redeemed himself.
Basically.
Right, lads, we're going to move off the old predictions for a second, and we're going to jump into that one's a hard transition now, I have to admit. Trying to get that all done. There's 3 things I have to click there. It's very hard to do.
The question section, Jesus Christ, will you tell us about it?
Right, lads.
Hear about your production issues.
A couple of questions sent in. This is not really a question, but it's kind of a funny statement. Jay Daly, UTD, who's Jay Daly from the United Stand podcast. Is Ed Woodward actually part of the outreach program? So that's obviously having a dig at Ollie. Lads, do we talk about Man United here now at the moment? Or just going to add in either?
Yeah, let's pull the plaster off. Let's just do it.
Let's just get it done, right?
He's going to rip it. Okay.
Paddy, he's got absolutely embarrassed. We were sitting in the pub together. It was probably one of the most enjoyable times of my life as a football fan. It got to the stage where, like, United fans left Old Trafford at halftime. I have not seen that in fucking years. I don't think I've ever seen it. Maybe when they were losing against City or something like that a couple of years back. We watched it together. I actually kind of felt sorry for you at one stage.
And that makes it worse.
I know. And the funniest thing was every time Ronaldo did something bad, I was in the pub and I just started shouting, "Sue!" Oh, and it would just start a ripple effect, and everyone that's not a United fan would go, "Zoo!" That's fucking deadly. So come on, Paddy, right? Just talk to me about your experience. Talk to me about the match. Talk to me about Ollie. Just give me,
Well,
just get it off your chest.
With the statement that was given there, is that it actually part of the outreach program? I've never seen a job that has given somebody 6 to 8 months just to end their before they leave the job. Like for all we know, he could be saying to himself, "Yeah, I'll leave Ollie in the job here, and fuck them. I'm going to lose my job." Like he took the bullet for the whole Super League fiasco.
Yeah.
Really, like if you think about it, he's the one that like jumped on the sword there for the club. The Glazers got away with it. So to allow him to be still controlling who was managing that team, I'll never understand it. I was all in until this weekend, until the Liverpool game, and that was the worst.
Say it.
The worst.
Say the two words.
No, I'll tell you why I won't say it yet.
Say the 2 words.
During the game, towards the end of the game, I was like, yeah, definitely, like we need a change. We definitely need a change.
2-0 down,
and we've been reading stories now from during the week that some of the board members still have a bit of faith. They're going to give him another couple of games. Maybe they can see something that we can't. Maybe they just haven't got somebody ready in place. That was the worst day as a United supporter I've ever had. It was bittersweet because it was great being back, and it was the first game I've been back out for a few points to watch. What a bleeding game to be back out.
It was fucking great. I was sat there. I'm not even joking. I was sat there with 4 Man United fans, and it was.
But look, like we can talk about tactics all we want. We've seen this coming all season, really, with United's performances. But some of that defending for the first couple of goals, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw were absolutely shocking. I've never seen as bad defending in my life. Maguire hasn't been right for a while now. He was good towards the end of last season before he got injured. This season, he's been very questionable since the start. Yeah. He hasn't
even
been great.
With Varane beside him,
even with Varane beside. I wonder, has Varane? First of all, is Varane too big of a presence beside Harry Maguire, because Harry Maguire doesn't believe in himself that as much as he should do as Manchester United captain? I never agreed with him getting the captaincy in the first place. I don't think he has the personality to be captain. I think he's too nice. And I can't imagine he'd put the fear of God into a player if, they're not doing the right. And I couldn't imagine him giving a player
into his goalkeeper.
What?
He does into his own goalkeeper.
It was absolutely terrible. But look, it can only get better in one way or another. Either we're going to start winning a couple of games, or Ole's going to be gone, and we're going to get somebody in with a bit of experience. I think, I keep looking at the whole Chelsea situation and Lampard leaving. I just think Ole, fair play to him. He's gotten us to where we are now. He's gotten a really, really good squad there, but he just doesn't know what to do with it. He really doesn't know what to do with it. He's playing the same tactics as he played last year, but now he's after adding 3 or 4 world-class players to it, and he just doesn't know how to fit them in.
Yeah.
So,
that was my thing last year, where I was kind of saying, look, I don't think tactically he's there. His substitutions were always questionable, and I don't think last season
he had a good bench. I think that was
an excuse. Squad depth wasn't there, maybe.
Yeah, he didn't have a great bench, but this season he has a wealth of options on the bench. And he's still, now I know you could say against Atlanta, people would say he made a couple of changes and we came back. That's fair enough. But by and large, this season, we've just been struggling with people before he's made the changes, and even after we've made the changes. The comeback for Atlanta has been our best performance probably this season, other than the first home game, when we lashed Leeds out of it. Ever since that Leeds game, I suppose defensively and offensively we look good in that game, but since then our form has fell off a cliff, and it's getting to the stage now where it has to become damage limitation, because players' confidence will be so low if they keep allowing Ole to if they've lost the faith in the manager, they need to just get rid of him and get a new manager. Simple as that.
Did you see? So I want to just talk a little bit about individual players. Did you see Ronaldo's reaction when they went 3-0 down, I think it was, or something like this, and he started doing all this, and he was basically slagging Ollie because
No. We
Ollie's
don't
always doing
know that.
this.
We don't know that. That could be. That was in the sun. That was in the sun. Will you stop?
I don't know. I don't know because he'd done that and it was aimless. He wasn't talking to anyone. He wasn't directed at anyone. Then he just.
He could have been talking to the players, saying you're all over the place. The defense, you're all over the shop.
Don't know. Anyway, another player I wanted to highlight again was, I said it from the start, Jadon Sancho. Ollie is not going to get the best out of him.
What did I hear somebody call him during the week? 007, 0 goals, 0 assists, 7 games.
Yeah, so that was actually, do you know who that was? That was actually Sky Sports Germany. So they had him in it. Yeah, they had him in a suit on the graphic and a 007, and it was 0 assists, 0 goals, and then 7 games, and they had it literally on Sky Sports. Like
this snowflake culture we live in now as well. I was looking at the Ronaldo interview before the game, and he was being asked by Jeff Shreves, you made this face after the Everton game, and is that putting more pressure on the manager? And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I want every single player on the United team to be acting like that after a draw or a loss. I want them to be sick to their stomach, not to be hugging and clapping hands and all this shit. It's ridiculous.
I think it was more the walking down the tunnel. That was. I don't think
I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see it. He's sick to his stomach.
But what's he's supposed to at least thank the fans, like fucking acknowledge the fans, like, you know what I mean, like paying the hard-earned money to watch fucking dirt, like. That's what I thought.
I wouldn't hold against him now, I have to say. I would think this like, what, are they all going to be crying now going home, the fans? Like, they should be saying to themselves, I respect him for that. He's sick. I'm not going to sit there and go, he didn't clap at me. I don't want them clapping at me if they lost.
Yeah, you'd be gone. You wouldn't even stay. So, look, again, we're talking individual players again. What do we see with the likes of Rashford and Martial? All them kind of players that are kind of borderline really good, where Martial just looks really good, but like is a lazy bastard. And Martial, for some reason, is the most inconsistent player I've ever seen in my life. Do you reckon if a new manager came in there, you get better out of them players, or do you reckon that's just the type of player?
No, not Martial. Rashford, not Martial. Martial hasn't been good in 2 seasons.
Yeah. All
last season and all this season. So you can't talk about form or, inconsider. Like, he's gotten enough chances now over the last year and a half. And if it doesn't go his way within the first 10, 15 minutes, the head drops and you just don't see him for the rest of the game, and he gets whipped off. So you don't need a player like that. And then sorry, that you want to win the league with.
Just one other player I just want to ask you about then is Donny van de Beek. So if you see Ollie gone, like, do you think that's the time for Van de Beek to come in and actually start shining? Because to me,
it's one of the reasons I'm starting to even think more now, like, that I want Ollie gone, because I'd love to see the likes of him getting a go. Like Matic himself, Lingard, all of these could be fitting into the midfield instead of McFred. McFred are there. Forget about one defensive midfielder, which we dominated the Premier League for years with Roy Keane.
Yeah,
that's probably our holding midfielder. We've got 2 of them there now, and they cannot stop a ball getting past them.
Yeah,
the whole point of them they're ineffective.
I've seen a stat, they are bottom of the table when it comes to shots conceded by mistakes. So like, when someone makes a mistake, it leads to a shot, they're bottom of the table, so they have the worst record in the whole league. Like, that includes Norwich and everything. Like, and they're bottom of the table for, I believe, tackles won as well. When you have 2 defensive, 2 of the most offensive. Go on.
I think Owen Hargreaves came back. He was doing a bit of punditry there a couple of weeks ago, and I think it was against Everton. And Fred made a mistake, and Hargreaves said if that had been under Alex Ferguson, he would have been dropped for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
it was like the basics. He's getting the basics wrong of defending, but Solskjaer keeps putting him in game after game.
Yeah, that's
imagine
mental,
like Van de Beek. Like, he nearly won the Ballon d'Or.
So disheartening. Like,
one of his seasons in Ajax there. Like, he had an amazing season. Goals scored. Now, I'm not saying as a defensive midfielder he would be setting the world alight, but he can't do any worse than Fred. So give him a go.
Yeah. So, Connor, I'm going to come to you because obviously you're on the other side of this coin. you were obviously ecstatic. You never showed up to the pub, but sure, look, we'll let you away with it. You were ecstatic for fucking the 5-0. So, what do you think? Do you actually just think that United were so shit, or Liverpool were really good in that game?
I watched a lot of the coverage after the game just to see if, obviously, Neville and Carragher were at each other's throats a little bit before the game had started, and to see what way they thought afterwards. And I can't believe how poor Liverpool were in that first half, with how many balls they gave away in midfield, how few chances they created off the back of poor mistakes, the amount of times Kanate gave the ball away at the back. Like, they gave away a lot of chances against one of the worst United performances I've ever seen, like to that level of Norwich, like when Liverpool played Norwich at the start of the season. It was like, I know we're talking about McTominay and Fred, but the four lads in front of them gave them nothing. I don't know if you saw some of the clips around the first goal, around the mindless pressing that they tried to do on Andy Robertson, on Virgil van Dijk, where there was one player pressing the ball and they're passing the ball around them, taking them out of the game.
Yeah.
It's like Ollie watched a clip of Firmino, Mane and Salah and said, oh, that works for them. We're going to start doing this now. And then there was no coordination. There was no unit behind it. They were pressing as individuals. And with that, in 4 passes, Liverpool had the ball in the net. Like, they should have set up. He came out afterwards and said the United playing at Old Trafford should be the one taking the game, no matter who the opposition is. It's absolute bollocks. They're playing against a better team in better form. You play against your opposition. If he walks away with a draw there, it's a great draw for United. It's a bad draw for Liverpool off the back of the form that both of them are on. So the fact that he came out in the first 6 minutes with this like Gurgen press, hard rock, whatever fucking Jurgen Klopp calls it, football of press, I've never done it before, and they got carved open was bizarre.
If you look at United this season, they run the least of all the Premier League teams. And when I remember when OLE first came in, that was said to him, and he says, well, a Manchester United team, irrespective of your performance, if you run more than the other team and if you're fitter than the other team, the talent you have will pull you through games.
Yeah.
What has happened to that this season? That was one of his biggest philosophies coming in, was to be one of the hardest working teams in the league. And this season, they wouldn't run to catch a bus, like.
Yeah.
Well, they had this against Liverpool where that 10-yard, 15-yard, 20-yard sprint they were doing, but the recovery run wasn't there after they made a mindless run. So, like, even when you have Salah drifting past.
And what's that come down to, though, do you think?
It comes down to, the first of all is they're being told to do something that they've never practiced before. This should be drilled into them on a pitch with a ball in training to say, the left full has the ball, these are the 3 people who press. The right full has the ball, these are the 3 people who press. And not Wan-Bissaka pressing onto the left full for no reason at all.
They're probably told like closest man, like, or something like that. Like, whereas you can do that, but there has to be the next man. And then it has to work as kind of a team where one person kind of drops in and out, but where you have just one person pushing the ball, it's too easy to pass around. Like,
as much as I hate him in his punditry, Graham Souness pulled out 2 clips. One of them was Liverpool's first goal and then Liverpool's 4th goal, I think it was. So the first one, don't know who it was. Fernandes got pulled out to close Van Dijk, passed the ball around to Robertson, and then Wan-Bissaka made this 40-yard run to try close him down for some reason. The ball got pinged in behind him or in the corner, and a goal came from it. And then the Liverpool 4th goal came from Pogba losing the ball in midfield. Sorry, the 5th goal from Pogba losing the ball in midfield because he was surrounded by 3 men at once. And that's exactly what you're saying, Collie. 3 of them went, they saw the opportunity, was back to goal, and they hit him and nicked the ball off and came away with it. It wasn't one person pressing him on his own where he could play around. It was an organized attack where they were 3 that went in, bang, stripped the ball, and they broke.
Yeah.
We've talked about McFred. We've talked about the top 4 and the way they press badly, which is all valid points. Where is the defensive coaching in Manchester United? We have 4 good defenders there. 4 good defenders, but you've got Michael Carrick and Kieran McKenna.
And you have a good goalkeeper.
What?
You have a good goalkeeper as well. You know, I can understand if you had.
But where is the defensive shape?
Yeah.
Where is the defensive shape? There's none there. Like, if anything, we have a 6 defensive players there. but we're one of the most poorest teams in the league for giving away goals.
That's why I just don't think tactically it's there, lads. And
no, it's not.
Like, I'm not being funny, but United aren't acting like a top 6 team. Like, a top 6 team comes out and knows, right, we're going to have the majority of the ball. United, I don't think, like, teams go to United now and think, right, we'll have fucking probably 55% possession. Like, it's not going to be 65 like to United like it used to be back in the day of Fergie. Like, now they know that they can go and play and go and attack. That, like, I don't think they have as much fear, and it does come down to that kind of the work rate thing that you were saying, Paddy, that if you work harder, you win the ball back quicker and you call possession more, then you can maybe run less because you're just using the ball a lot. But if you're not working to win the ball back, you'll never have that fucking possession, like, and you'll never control and dominate a game. Like, you probably don't get caught out. I don't know what the stats are, but they probably don't get caught out much on counterattacks because they don't really commit the two defensive midfielders forward. Yeah. I would
have been torn apart on the counter this season.
Unless it's a mistake. Like, unless it's bad defending, like, they shouldn't get caught out because they I think
not for the top teams, but I think the so-called lesser teams than the top 6 just know how to play against United so easily. They just sit back. United can't break them down, which it's true. They can't break them down. They know if they play it out to the right to Wan-Bissaka, he won't be able to do anything. So they focus their attention over on the other side of the pitch, where United's more dangerous players will be, stifle them out, catch them on the break, and score. It's so predictable.
Yeah, just a quick one in there, lads, from Shane again. It's Pogba's tackle was intentional to get Ollie sacked. What do you think of that? Because that is it's probably obviously not true, but that was one of the most retarded tackles I've ever seen in my life, and that was
he's done a few this season.
To be honest with you, though, that's not even 100% wrong because that's a fucking blatant red card and he knows it. Like, it's like that is almost like a fuck you to Ollie. Put me on in the fucking whatever it was, 65th minute when we're 4-0 down.
Wasn't it?
Half time, yeah.
Was it half time, yeah? But what were you 4-0 down? Like, putting them on at half time when they're 4-0 down, like, that's basically.
Well, he's up there. He's 4-0 down. He came on with his first touch. He gave the ball away for the 5th goal. Yeah. So it's a pain in his bollocks thing, and it's an easy way to get out of the game. Is either he's going to go down injured or he's going to try flying through somebody. And he's a piss
I'd say he must be so frustrated, Pogba, because no manager really has gotten the best out of him at United. I don't know.
Maybe the league just doesn't suit him.
Is that down to him or is it down to the manager? I don't know.
I don't know. That could just come down to the player not being suited in that league. Like, it could end up being the same thing with the likes of Lukaku there, where Lukaku had a stinker over United, went over to Italy, dominated in Italy, came back to Chelsea, and now he's kind of hit a bit of a dip in form, like, and ended up being injured now. So,
but he's getting. Well, I think what's wrong with Pogba and why he doesn't fit the Prem is because he gets too much. The media attention is higher for him and for the likes of the agent and stuff as well, and he's getting too much press now. I think that goes under the radar on a European level when he goes to Italy and he's playing with Juventus. Yeah, he's big in the Italian media, but we don't really hear as much about the antics or the fucking the bullshit on the social media side of things. So I think it's elevated here now. He's obviously coming up to an end of a contract, so he either wants out or he picks up his form because he's looking for a big money move. So,
do you think bad result against Tottenham? He's gone, or not even a bad result, just a loss.
Are you talking about Ollie?
Yeah.
So that'll just move us on to the next question. Realistically, how long has Ollie left? So, I think the board came out and said, apparently Fergie came out and was part of the board and said, no, I'll give him another shot. So I don't know whether that just means the one game on Tottenham. Against Tottenham, or else the next 3 games. I heard 3 games.
The international break, yeah.
I heard 3 games will tell. So in them 3 games, he has Tottenham, Man City, and Atlanta. I think it is.
Yeah.
So I'm being honest. I don't see it going well from him. I probably see him getting sacked after these 3 games if he even makes it to 3 games.
Yeah.
It's a 7.5 million severance he'd need to be paid to buy him out of contract.
That's peanuts though.
If they hang on until January, it gets cut in half. If you're as the owners, I know it's peanuts to United as a football club. But the league's already gone. They're already out of the Carabao Cup, what would have been their main source of silverware. Do scabby owners just say?
Well, we were talking about 3.25 million then saving. If they save that 3.25 million, if they leave Ole in the position there and they keep on getting a string of bad results up until January, they might lose out in the Champions League spot, and that's tens of millions they're losing.
Yeah, that's another way of looking at it, I suppose.
Would you say that to somebody who, all in fucking looking back at things and how United fans have said it, are only interested in the cash in front of them? They don't care about the predicted cash that they might not get.
But look, they're business
see cash
people.
in front of them.
Yeah, no, but come on, they're business people. This is the same argument I had about Liverpool not signing people during their bad season, because I'm thinking to myself, well, yeah, okay, you get a loan for a player, buy him for 50 million in the defender, but you'll get the Champions League the following season. But if you don't, you've made the Champions League anyway, but it's skin of your teeth. But if he's hadn't have, then not investing is worse. Doing nothing with Ole would be worse than actually taking action and paying him the 7 million. 7 million is nothing in
I was talking to a guy in work again. This is the guy I was saying that he's kind of he's an older guy, and he's a real kind of fucking breath of fresh air when you talk to him. Like, and he's very realistic. But I started thinking today he's gone a bit fucking senile, like basically saying that he thinks Ole is going to resign, and I'm like, there's absolutely, like, when was the last time you've seen a manager resign? There's no way you'll see a manager resign. They cut all ties with their contract and they lose out on serious cash. If anything happens, that whole mutual consent and all that bullshit, where they've been called into the boardroom and saying, look, we're either saying we're sacking you, or we can both agree that it's time to go. So,
but I think he believes he can do the job.
Oh, he does.
I don't
100%.
think he'll resign. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Commenting from John Flood, Ollie's a useless fuck. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to type the @ symbols. I'm happy enough to read it out, what have I done there? Sorry, I got rid of the question. Yeah, lads, look, we'll move on. So we both think the next 3 games are going to be kind of the telltale, aren't they?
Yeah, but like this is Ole since he started. We win the next 3 games, and then the 2 after the international break, and then we have a run of bad 5 or 6, and we start talking about it again. Then he just saves his job again by getting a couple of good results. Like, if you look at it, when he came in as interim manager, we had 9 or 10 good results in the bounce. We won against PSG. He got the contract. Then we went on a run of 8 or 10 games where we were like drawn, losing, picked up only a few points. And it's just been this cycle the whole time. Then he'll get a run of like 10, 15 good games, and then a bad, like, the consistency is not there. And that's what we needed this season. And to be honest with you, we're still waiting on the run of good results. And I don't see it coming.
Yeah,
I think
the culture's there, Collie.
At least you just have the culture. Yeah, that's the main thing. Right, we're gonna move on. We've 1 or 2 more questions. As one of them we'll look at is sent in from Shane Cabell. What's your thoughts on kids football today? Sidelines, retreat lines, and so on. Paddy, obviously you were involved. Are you still involved in training kids? Or so this would probably make more sense to you in terms of sidelines and retreat lines and stuff like that. What's your thoughts on stuff like that?
I'm still only doing the academy, so I read up on the silent sidelines and the retreat lines. The silent sidelines definitely makes sense because, again, as a kid, they need to be enjoying their football, and if people are screaming and shouting at them like maniacs from the sidelines of our kids' football, it's ridiculous. So that's keeping the parents quiet and only allowing the coaches to speak to the teams, which should be correct, unless it's positive. If the parents want to sit there, clap their kids, well done, that's all good to make them feel good, but don't make kids scared to play football, and this isn't a snowflake thing. It's just keeping the fun in the game. Let the coach be the one that criticizes. Like, if the parents on the sideline want to do something, then get involved with the club and get involved with a bit of coaching rather than just showing up on a Saturday and start giving out. The retreat lines I don't really agree with, because again, it's changing the rules of the game. A slight way. So like, when your team is kicking the ball out, the opposing team have to get back towards a retreat line to give the team time to play out from the back.
Right.
We do it in the academy level, but I think once you're playing, then maybe your 5-6 sides, you need to just play as is. The players need to be used to playing under a bit of pressure.
I suppose. Yeah, fair enough. Right, we'll move on to that one. That one again, you're probably the best person to answer that one because we're not too familiar with the kids' foot side of things. The next one in, lads,
we just played as kids.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have been. Them rules wouldn't have been in. Like that's a new thing.
No, but do you think they would have benefited?
I'm still a class of football, so probably not.
I'm still a kid at heart. I'm mind. So no, look, I think it's a good concept. Definitely the silent sideline. That's a given. That should be fucking straight away, 100% in place. Anyone that acts the bollocks, get rid of them. I know a guy, and he's managing kids, and he was saying that a couple of weeks ago, one of the parents on the sideline was actually fucking shouting at one of the players, and ended up the parent actually walked onto the pitch to say stuff to kids, like, and I think at that level,
I've got a big bag of sweets. Do you want to see me puppies?
Check it out. They're in my van. So apparently, I think he was reffing the game or something like that, and the basically just said, "Here, look, fuck off away," like, and that was that. But I just thought, like, for an adult to get that involved is a little bit shit. We'll move on, lads, because we're fucking nearly an hour in. I didn't think we were going to go that long. A message in or a question in from Trainer 477. Thoughts on Coleman getting sacked from Barca? Who was the best man for the job? So obviously Ronald Koeman got sacked yesterday, after being beaten 1-0 away against Vallecano.
Vallecano beat them.
Yeah, close enough. Sacked straight away. I love Barcelona's work that they just get straight to it. Who do we see is the best man for that? They're talking about Xavi coming in. Do you reckon Xavi do a job, or is it going to be the same type of thing? No real managerial experience. I don't know. Was he managing over in Qatar, or was he just playing?
Still is
managing.
Didn't really managing, right? So, do you think he's the man for the job, or do you reckon somebody else should get that one? Paddy, what do you think on that one? Oh, sorry, lads. I finished that beer. I'm gonna move on to the next one. I will score it at the end. So I'm now on to the lager. I'm not reading that fucking shit out again.
I think Koeman should have got the bullet a while ago, to be honest with you.
Has a smell. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, he should have got the bullet a while ago. But Xavi coming in, we honestly, nobody knows if he'll be good or not. What a player. Good football mind, but nobody's seen him. It's going to be a bit of a gamble. But I think with what Barcelona can afford at the moment, maybe it's a gamble that they have to take, because they probably can't afford to get one of the top managers in with financial fair play and the whole shebang. But yeah, they definitely should have got rid of Koeman a bit sooner, I think.
Yeah, Connor, same thoughts. I suppose probably pretty fucking common thought around, isn't it?
Yeah, Koeman lost all respect in my mind when he got rid of Luis Suarez via text and told him he was too old to play for the club. And he went on to be second top goal scorer in the league and win La Liga with Atletico. Yeah. So you treat someone like that in the club when you're in a position where you're struggling, and he would have probably given 3/4 of his wages away just to stay at Barcelona. Yeah. It's not the way to manage a club. Xavi coming in, is it a money saving thing? Will he basically work for free? Probably. He loves the club. Is there better managers out there who could have came in to steady the ship? Probably. But if that's the position, Ollie's free, yeah. But if that's the position that Barca are in, where they can't afford a manager, and the easiest way to boost support around the ground, like they can't sell out the ground for bleeding out Clásicos. Like, they can't do that. They're struggling. This is going to boost morale around the club by bringing back a club legend. Well, then that's what they're going to have to do.
Right. Yeah. Look, who's the man for the job? Probably Xavi. Right, lads. We're going to move off the questions. That went on for a while, so we're going to just jump back on to the predictions.
You're like your man on Soccer Saturday who does the classified results at 5:00.
Hartlepool 1, Burnley 0. It must have been about 20 years ago for Hartlepool around Burnley. The FA Cup, maybe. Right, lads, we're jumping back onto the games. We won't spend too long on this because we have the fashion show to come up next. So, 3 o'clock on Saturday, Watford and Southampton, 21-10 for Watford, 12-5 for the draw, and Southampton are 5-4. Connor, give us apologies, lads. Scoreline and a goal scorer, please.
Scoreline 2-2. Josh King.
Okay. Paddy?
Yeah, the mighty Watford. 2-0 to Watford, Josh King.
I'm going to say Southampton to win, lads.
Fuck's sake, we've done all three.
Yeah, I'm going with Southampton to win. They're favourites. 5-4 on the screen, but they're 13-10. I've got them. All the prices have changed. So, yeah, I'm going to say...
What's the point in having them up?
Well, yeah, seems like a waste of time. Anyway, I'm going to say 2-1 to Southampton, and I'm going to say Adams to score. Actually, yeah, no, I'll go Adams. Adams to score first. Next one, lads. Lads, this new drink is very gassy.
Yeah, we can tell.
Jesus Christ. Right, lads, the next one is 5:30 on Saturday. Tottenham and United. This is obviously the game of the week. We won't spend too long on it. I think we covered a good bit on fucking United. So, the dog's on a madam. 15-8 for Tottenham, 5-2 for the draw, and 11-8 for United. Paddy, what do you reckon on this one? Give us a quick score prediction. We won't spend too long on it. Tell me how you think it's going to go, and then give us a score prediction.
I'll go for a draw. Going to go for a 2-2 draw and Son to score first.
Okay, Connor?
I think this is the one where Ollie saves himself. Gets a little bit of grace back. I'm going to say 2-1 United, and I'm going to say Ronaldo.
Lads, one of us is going to be right because I've gone with a Tottenham win here. I've gone with 2-0 to Tottenham, and I've gone with Harry Kane to score because he hasn't been scoring that much.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. Only I think it's time to go.
Maybe we should every week we should all do this for all the games. One pick, because then one of us are going to be right all the time.
Makes sense, doesn't that? Then we can just clip every single one of them. Like, why didn't we think of this before? Fucking hell. Right, lads, on to the next one. Brentford and Leicester on Sunday at 2 o'clock. 8-5 for Brentford, 12-5 for the draw, and Leicester at 13-8. That's not right.
No, that's not right.
You've already had that.
Norwich and Leeds.
Sorry,
the week before.
Sorry,
you're looking the wrong week.
That was one from last week. 2 o'clock on Sunday. Norwich 12-5, the draws 13-5, and Leeds at 21-20.
You're having a marriage on, Terry.
Oh, fuck, wrong man.
Get Colley's back. He's all forgiven.
What score do we see this one, lads? I was going to call you Leeds, Connor. Leeds, what do you think?
Relegation, fucking dogfight here. Leeds need the points. Norwich are already down, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to say 2-0 Leeds, and I'm going to go with Rafinha.
Not a fan of this beer. Paddy, what do you think?
1-0 Leeds and Rafinha.
Yeah, I think 2-0 as well. I'm going 2-0 to Leeds, and I'm going to say
Cock.
Big cock
at the back. No, we're going to go Rafinha as well because I think, or maybe I'll go Rodrigo. I'll go Rodrigo to score first. Right, we'll move on, lads. 4:30 on Sunday. Aston Villa 17-10. The draw is 5-2, and West Ham 6-4. Paddy, how do you see this one going? Give us a score prediction on this one.
West Ham doing really well this season. David Moyes, fair play to him, I'd say. He's doing a great job.
Take it back now. Him or Ollie? Who would you have now, right? Him or Ollie?
Ollie.
What?
Ollie, yeah.
Is that the wheel?
Is that the wheel? Square wheel, but still, is that it?
I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to West Ham and Danny Ings to score first.
Okay. Connor, what do you reckon?
1-0 West Ham. Jared Bowen.
Okay, I'm going to say 3-1 to West Ham. I think there'll be a few goals in this, and I'm going to go with Antonio to score. I think he scored the last game, did he? Or game 4? Anyway, 3-1 and Antonio. Lads, Monday Night Football, Wolves and Everton. I'm sure if Gary Neville and Carragher are on this will be a bit of crack because they'll obviously probably be still slagging each other over the embarrassing result for United. 6-5 for Wolves, 11-5 for the draw, and 12-5 for Everton. Connor, what way do you see this one going?
Wolves unbeaten in 4. Everton hammered by a poor Watford side. I'm going to say 2-1 Wolves. Jimenez to score.
Okay, Paddy?
I thought we were finished. Let's go for 1-0 to Everton and Richarlison.
Okay, I've gone with. Let me just fucking see what I've gone with. I think I went with the draw, lads. Yeah. I was going to say a 2-2 draw, but I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. And I am going to say. Is Calvert-Lewin's back, is he?
Did he come on last week?
I thought he did. Or maybe that was Richarlison that came on.
Richarlison came on anyway last week. He's back.
I'll go with Richarlison just because I don't think if DCL is back, I'll go with DCL. But I think Richarlison should score if he doesn't. Lads, that's all we have on the fixtures. So we're going to move on to the next and the best part of the show, Paddy's favourite. The fashion show. Lads, we are looking at Leeds kits this week. Leeds. So we'll just pull them up here. If anybody is watching or listening on Spotify, now is your time to turn to YouTube and look at this absolute masterclass on fashion. Paddy, we'll come to you first. What do you think of this gorgeous Leeds top? This home. Paddy is pretending to be dead. This is Paddy's whole thing for it now. He's pretending to be dead the whole time.
Hope he's not pretending.
This is what he's got to do. He's just got to stay dead for the whole fashion show.
Just leave him on screen, actually.
I kind of love it. I kind of like it. Let's just say, Paddy, we have you on the solo there. I fucking hear it. Paddy, what do you think of this one?
It looks like somebody illiterate wrote the sponsor.
Oh, classic.
Did water write that, did he?
Water,
Yeah. That's it. That's all of my input. 2.2.
2.2. Okay. Connor, what do you think?
Yeah, love it. Leeds kit. Love the Adidas stripes on the shoulders. Favorite. Logos match the colours. They're not just standing out like dog shit.
What about this little lad doing a fucking dance?
I don't care though, because he's navy and yellow like the crest. So
okay,
class. Love it. I'm gonna go. I don't like the neck or the collar that much.
Yeah,
I don't like the buttons. So I'm gonna go with a strong 6.6.
I'm not a big fan of this one, to be honest with you. I don't like that. I don't like that big block on the arm either. Don't like the collar. I like that little fella doing a dance there on the side of the SBO top. It's not great. It's not the worst Leeds top I've seen, but it's definitely they've had better tops. I'm gonna say a 6.1 on that one. Not a huge fan of it. Yeah. Right, lads, on to the next one. Is the away top. Connor, come to you. What do you think of this one?
Class, love it.
Yeah,
unreal. Everything you want from a white top. Everything matches. Mono. Is it monotone? Because everything's the same color. Yeah. I like that. So like the logo, the crest, the sponsors, all in white. The shoulders in white as well with the Adidas stripes. I'm gonna go 7.7.
Oh, not bad. Paddy, what do you think of this one?
When you say monotone, what do you mean?
I mean, like
it's not one color.
No, I mean the logo is with the same color as the sponsor, which is the same color as the Adidas, which is the same color as the arm logo. They're all in white. They're not all different colors.
All right. Yeah. Okay. 4.
As
if it influenced your score. Yeah. You're still picking a number.
I was going to give it a 2. Now I'm going to give it a 4.
Should say something.
So you're going 4, Paddy?
Yeah.
I actually really like this one. This is really nice. Now again, the two pictures I'm looking at look slightly different. The one that you two are looking at, it kind of looks a little bit purple. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, purple, it looks navy blue on the screen I'm looking at here. Either way, I like it. It's a nice top. I still don't like that arm logo. Not a big fan of that. So for that, I'm gonna have to take away a few points, but I will give it a solid 7.1. I think that's a fair.
7.1.
This beer is like so gassy, it's outrageous. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a solid 7.1 on that one. I'll have to add that to the table of jerseys. Now, lads, what do we think of this one? Paddy, if you're going to get involved in a Leeds top, at least get involved in this one. What do you think?
It looks like when I used to work in the ambulance service, you used to see all the cleaners in the hospitals, and they used to wear tops like that. So it looks great. It's a lovely shade of mauve.
Now that's very. I would have just said purple.
Yeah, so would I.
Wow, Paddy! Paddy is a closet fashion icon.
Emphasis on the closet.
Yeah, what 5? I don't know. I'm probably losing people here on the podcast. Sorry about this, listeners. I just really don't like doing
it. Connor, how do you like this top?
Didn't think the away top could get better, but I think it might have.
Oh.
I'm loving it. It's like the away top. It has all the same things going for it that the away top did, but it has a better neck with that kind of like the wide V and the cut off. I'm gonna go. I think I went 7.7. I'm gonna go 7.9 for this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, again, two different colors. What I'm seeing here and what you are seeing. The one that you are seeing is definitely better looking. So I'll go off this one. I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest. It looks like one of them colors that you mess around with on paint. You know, back in the day on the PC, like you'd have that paint thing and you'd make up a little color. This is the type of color I'd make up. Like, I don't like the collar, to be honest with you. Don't really like that little cut off. I don't like that sponsor on the arm again. Not a fan of it. I like the white trim on the end of the arms. Again, that little lad doing a dance looks very funny. He looks like he's doing the twist and shake. I do like it better than the home top though. So I'm gonna go with a 6.6 on this one. I think you've way overshot, Connor.
No, not at all.
No, shocking. Right, lads, that's all for the fashion show. I do need to give away our monthly free bet, lads. I haven't even looked at who is the winner on this free bet, so it's a surprise to me as well. So I'm just going to bring up the screen here. We have the fantasy football for anybody that is watching us on
Talatitans.
Yeah, I'm sitting 9th there.
How's your manager dad working? Who's in that league?
I don't fucking know. I don't even know who's in half the leagues I'm in. October we have Alan Fitzgerald. So Alan Fitzgerald, let me see if I can zoom in on your name there. Devault FC. Oh, Ray Perry, who's leading it, came second. That's a little bit unlucky. So Alan Fitzgerald, you have won a €10 free bet. If you message me with the word donkey, I will up it to a €20 free bet. So yeah, no reason for that, just for the fucking pure shits and giggles. Lads, we're going to move on to the final part of the show, which is the betting section. Lads, have you got that and done? Paddy, did you do your 10 to 1,000 or?
I'm actually doing it here as we speak, so you continue on there.
Connor, have you got that and done out?
No.
Okay, lucky for you, I have. So lads, the first one I have here is I think all my predictions for the Premier League fixtures. So I've got my Arsenal to beat Leicester, gone with Liverpool, gone with the draw with Burnley and Brentford, City to win, Chelsea to win, Southampton to win, Spurs to win, Leeds to win, West Ham to win, and the draw with Everton and Wolves. And that will pay me back a crisp €1,773 and 47 cents from a euro. So that's that one. Next, I have a 9-fold, £3 on. Will get me back to €672, 223 to 1. So I've gone a couple of draws in this one as well, lads.
half 12.
Half
That's a
12 draw. I said, you know what? I'm feeling fucking risky this week, so I'm gonna do it. I was supposed to be working on Saturday. Don't have to work now, so I said, you know what? Me luck maybe in. So I've gone with it. I said, fuck it, I went for it. So Fulham and West Brom at half 12 on Saturday to draw. Bit dodgy, but sure, look, we'll go with it. Sheffield United to beat Blackpool, Oxford to beat Morecambe, Bournemouth to beat Reading, Inter to beat Udinese. So I moved to the Sunday games, lads, which is what I usually don't do. Rangers to beat Motherwell, Atletico Madrid to beat Betis, Monaco to beat Brest, and Roma and AC Milan to draw. So I like it. Couple of games each day. Hopefully we just get through day one onto day two and get a nice little.
Hopefully get through the first game.
Yeah, the first game is actually the main one. Once I get through that, it should be okay. Next one I have is a fault 98.91 to 1. So a fiver will get you back just under €500, 499 and 53 cents. So I've got Northampton to beat Carlisle. I've got Liverpool to beat Brighton, Bristol City to beat Barnsley, Middlesbrough to beat Birmingham, Colchester to beat Scunthorpe, Stockport to beat Dover, Bournemouth to beat Southend, and again Bournemouth to beat Reading. I'm 100% sure that Bournemouth are going to lose because I have them in a couple of bets. Next one I have, lads, is the 10 to 1,000 bet. So already they are taking money off me. This one I think is an absolute banker. Lads, I'm just going to remove that bet section thing there. Tell me who you think could possibly even let this down. Dortmund at home to beat Cologne.
Did Dortmund not get smashed 5-0 last weekend or something?
Who cares? No, that was.
I know Munich got beaten as well. Yeah, Munich got beaten by Mönchengladbach, but I thought Dortmund got hammered as well.
Sorry, I just have to spotting something there coming in. Ronaldo's 14 to 1 to beat United's next manager. That's classic. So Freiburg to be SPV GG Greuther Furt. I'm just going to argue with that pronunciation. Liverpool to beat Brighton, Celtic to beat Livingston, Porto to beat Boavista, and Ajax to beat Hercules. Like, lads, that's a fucking banker. 38 quid back from that, and we'll be on to the next one.
It was Ajax that thumped Dortmund last week
in the Champions League. Yeah. Anyway, on to my second last bet. Yeah, second last bet. So I have a euro on 6-fold, both teams to score and win, €3,200 back. This is a banker. Chelsea to beat Newcastle, both teams to score. Oxford to beat Morecambe, both teams to score. Rotherham and Sunderland to draw with both teams to score. Port Vale to beat Crawley, both teams to score. Bournemouth to beat Southend and both teams to score. And again, Bournemouth to beat Reading and both teams to score. Lads, I've done a 5-fold draw bet as well. So a euro on will get you back 372. So I've done Burnley and Brentford to draw. I've done Huddersfield and Millwall to draw. Crewe and MK Dons to draw. Oldham and Swindon to draw. And Eastleigh and Maidenhead to draw. So 390 quid back from that. That's all I've got. Paddy, what have you got for your 10 to 1,000 bet?
I haven't got it yet. I'm going to have to send it in there.
Right. You
have done your homework.
Yeah. Lads, we're moving off that.
Just too busy decorating.
Very spooky. We're not going into anything mad, lads, but I am doing the reviews here of the beers, right? So I'll just give a quick scores that I've come up with. So I had a Chang beer. I put 4 beers up on the Instagram there the other day. I have a Chang beer, but I had a Chang beer before in Thailand. So I knew what the Chang beer was going to be like. And I really like Chang beer. So I'm going to go with a solid 7.8 on the Chang beer. I had then a Mac Gargles. So I had one of them beers and I really liked that one. And I've gone with an 8.1 on that one. That one was tip top. Don't think I have the bottle. No, it's downstairs. But the Mac Gargles I thought was absolutely fucking gorgeous. Very easy to drink. On to tonight's ones, lads. So the Crafty Brewing Company. So this Belgian one, the one that I had first, which was the refreshing Belgian fruity fucking bullshit. That one was actually nice, and I gave that one a 7.2. Nothing wrong with that one. I like that one. This one here, the Largo one, like shocking. Sorry, but like it's not my cup of tea at all.
Not the bottle of beer.
No, it's just not. It's not doing it for me. I'm gonna go with 4.8 on that. It made me very gassy. Don't know whether that could be my body telling me no. Saying I'm fat and I need to diet better, but avoid that one because that was a low score. Wasn't a fan of that one. But if you are willing to sponsor us, definitely drink it again. I mean, I'd recommend it if you're going to sponsor us. Like, so yeah, that's me. That's me. Reviews. That's
when are we on next week?
So this is the next thing, lads. Big things for the podcast. Big changes for the podcast. We were talking about a little bit about it last week. We haven't. I mean, did we say we've officially come up with the name?
No, because we haven't.
I mean, I was gonna lie to everybody and say we have the new name, but we don't really.
We have a short list.
We have a short list of names that we're going to be calling the podcast.
That's not that short.
It's not short. There's about 10 names. And we need to really narrow it down. But the plans, anyway, again, for anyone that didn't see or hear it, is we're going to be recording our Astro games, so 5-side games, which we done a little preview of yesterday. I think I do have a clip that I can show you from that. So just 1 second, and I can just show you. Now it'll be better quality. Obviously, this is just me showing you through the camera here, but it's going to be a nice little quick clip. Now, Paddy, if you want to just have a look at this one. So, that plant. Will I do it again?
No, I've seen it.
Now that's Connor up front. Sure. Way!
That's a good point. He's playing Gaelic.
He took his point. I gave him a hug just to make sure he felt a bit better. But yeah, we are going to be like trying to get
looking for the rest of those clips.
Yeah. The raindrops covered all the bad stuff I done for some reason. We're going to be trying to get all this stuff content out. So we're going to try to record our Astro games, which we play on a Wednesday night, and hopefully I'll edit them down a bit. Like I kind of half-arsed done a little fucking thing where I was getting ready and all for it and shit like that, but with the quality of it, yeah.
Putting your shorts and all on.
Put my shorts on. I was like, now look, this is my penis. So no, I think that type of thing will be cool to kind of be putting out. The matches themselves are good crack anyway. None of us are professionals, so it's good, kind of very relatable for most people, I'd imagine. We're gonna probably be looking at recording some golf stuff that we do as well.
Coming into the real golf months of November, December, and January.
Yeah, the perfect months to record golf. Like, as if we weren't bad enough in the good weather, why don't you see us in fucking rain? So yeah, that type of shit. Like, we're gonna be doing challenges and stuff like that as well. So crossbar challenges, free kick challenges, anything kind of you want to see, we'll do our best to kind of record it. Well, look, anything. But no, we will pay. You'll have to pay us.
No, I know I have a choker on, but come on.
You'll have to pay us for some of the stuff that you want to see. So, sorry, question.
Paddy Sheridan OnlyFans.
When is the crossbar challenge? Paddy v. Collie. It won't just be Paddy v. Collie. It'll be the whole lot of us. Everybody runs their mouth in the background saying they're the best at football. So we'll be them type of things.
I never said I was the best at football. I just said I was good at hitting the crossbar.
Well, look, there you're telling me you're the best at hitting the crossbar.
Only when you try to put the ball in the goal.
yeah. Tries to score bottom corner. Yeah, lads. So look, I don't think there's much else to reveal. We don't have a name. We will have a new name, but we are planning on next Tuesday for the podcast rather than Thursday. So we'll see how that goes. Again, we'll only do it if it's right. If we think it's good for the podcast, we'll only do it. That is the aim, to go next Tuesday at 8:30. Maybe 9 o'clock. We haven't decided on the time, but I think 8:30 is not a bad time. So hopefully we'll probably see us on Tuesday. If not, then it'll be Thursday. But lads, is there anything else I've forgotten there that you just can remember? I can't.
No.
Right, grand. lads, we're going to end it there. Thanks for everyone for listening or watching or whatever you've done with this podcast. Again, do make sure you subscribe, follow, like, share, all that good stuff for helping us kind of grow. We did reach number 18 in the football podcast charts in Ireland. Just letting you know, so that stuff does help.
In the football betting Ireland podcasts that are over an hour long, are on Thursdays.
For you. So no, everything that you do in terms of sharing and liking, and even if you see a schedule coming up for me doing it on the Facebook page and press and share on it, makes a massive difference. So we appreciate all that. So Paddy, thanks for coming on.
Thanks very much. See you next Tuesday.
And Connor,
see you next Tuesday.
You calling me that, were you?
See you next Tuesday. Is that a CUNT?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I like it. Right, Connor, nice one.
Yeah, nice one, lad.
Getting Paddy free for Thursday Europa. Oh, Jesus. That's the way we're going to end this one. That's the way we're going to end this one. Right, we'll see you next Tuesday. Hopefully, we'll let you know on all of our platforms. So, see you next week.